La 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 Mr. Lynch lives will be alive forever. Good morning, Mr. Martin, Mr. Simply, or 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 simply, then, it's March 9th, 2025, it's a Sunday, in Naples today, totally clear, yes, after 2 days with clouds and bad atmosphere, totally clear. Seems once again totally clear sky atmosphere in general to see the eastern and the afternoon practically 13 and 5 minutes. 64 and 4 Fahrenheit, 18 Celsius, and this means nearly cold, years. The cold, it's a classic. So questo for the winter period, so it's records for 30 seconds. Strap some non remember, if you was boy, which I suppose need, I'm sure. To as he had the music is using for him, so that's the time for pose, I could be sure to watch it's better. No, perhaps a paradox for you, but for me, and the radio was to take collaboration. Like also for spring and summer, and also and the autumn, and other things, few weeks will be summer, few days will be spring, sorry. So for the spring and the autumn, so soggetti soft, volevo esame, aggetti 8, 6 minuti, sì, che si cade, srigardi di crisi, telefoni, o questa finita, I'm sure you can complete, better, it's a cold, because it's a winter, it's in particular, the last weeks really cold, and if in few days we enter in the spring and the autumn, my favorite season, in particular, March and April, and September is the month of the autumn, September, October, November. It's still winter and at the same time it's also it's examido I follow since aspetta tu puoi anzi fare esamido si remove submit to accettare remove submit si accettare dove si può pensare con le scelte fatto fit con la lista così si può ma anche si può pensare usa senza la mia si tratta di gold for this ability to stand up people the second aspect another aspect of the consistency che si già in fact parti from last years and to remember winter che si sono considerati mafia aspects fatta tra fare gold fact try to fight a gold race points and in general for me the temper is good we can see also I can see also condition situation so all the sum is saying say good and not for several people significant sensations judgment for me but this from late sure I think of not because for example think of con le shower it's pretty possible generally people do 2 showers poi non si pensa then instead but the atmosphere to be absolutely as if for sure the meeting is just before the meeting it's really beautiful but it's for crab free that's what I'm thinking che riesce a fare nulla finché te ne pressione si ripete si vuole fare una attività but importante cosa sono sia le anticipi before today beautiful Blue skies and the shyness as you want us also near my head, fact is until now I also can see it because it's beautiful as a shiny in my head today. I yes with until now considering a beer and considering that we are going to have a big day and left for now we live for other 5 hours praticamente adesso preso un momento sono è completamente sciolto well so e dico quindi insomma tutto praticamente in fact in the set it's with encoded because it's also to logo perfect way written when is recording read since 1 years also with the beautiful page that's all senior bene Olsen better visible for me, also always better visible for me, it's a dire shot, seems to me, riuscito a essere attivissimo in Nick, sono generalissimo, non sono di chiesa, non mettersi in dire shot, non sono di chiesa, anzi quasi meglio generation. And finally, from a medical keeper, GX, cloning 40, PG, 35. Also, this is a million generation. Restiamo the people from the parts of this like indicator, non sono buone visite. Also myself, trust was case, and finally, I hope you will get back. So dates in general also from Earth, that really late from Earth, but we important to fare un po' di azione settimana, se ti ci stanno faccando rock a fentenne, sempre state vedete fentenne, perché sì, remember the theory if tu questi, so se finché ti recordi, se ricordi semmeno se ti sarà giù. Vabbè, ti ripeto, close, si vede con lì, tutto era già solo in code, partire in 5 minuti. Matta, nelle partite ci siamo senza me, also the day, fatto una vita solo, never gli altri. Da, se sei. E che fa, si sono mossi, le cinque sulla buona, bisogna e la sono senza figli, mix, mi sembra che ci una madre for the biscuits, but particularly I would say the things, the first one is about milk in fact, traditional shots, you need to not only consume coffee, obviously, but also Nesquik chocolate, the fact that you have a shot fragment video, shot, we this also the fact that in comes back through the bomb, but this last year in particular, a mega bomb. And the second thing is about the Seals fact, when if we the other Seals started quarantine Seals. And beautiful for me is that second place or position because at the first place or position there are the Pammy there in Seals. In fact, I truly recommend them because they are really superb. Alessio, tomorrow I suppose, for today. In fact, I don't know tomorrow to let me know, I'll see.